Was he working? Did he have his own business, or did he want to start his business? And what has happened over like the time, like the time that they've been together? Is it that maybe he lost his job, or maybe he's struggling? So we don't really know the details. But for her to say, I mean, for a guy to go against their families to be with you, that is a lot of people wouldn't do that. I mean, I know a friend whose girlfriend broke up with him because the girl's mom or the ex's mom doesn't like Ashantis because the girl is an Ewe. So, they broke up because she can't go against her mom. But for someone to, because going against your family to be with someone, especially in our part of the world, is huge, because marriage is a union of two families. Two families have to be in accordance, agreement, blah, blah, blah. So it's that when you remove your family from the equation, means you're going alone. So anything that happens is like it's up to you. So for the guy to do that, that means he really loves this girl. But on the other hand, I really don't think the girl, because if he's saying that, oh, because he's poor, he can't be with a poor man. Like, you see, people need, the fact that somebody has money now doesn't mean that they'll always have money, throughout their lifetime. And the fact that somebody is also poor now doesn't mean that they'll be poor throughout their lifetime. Like there's this account proverb that says that Sikawa is it in Tabayo or something like that.
Yeah.
Like money flies, and you see, I'm not saying that she should marry or she should go in for she should have stayed with a guy. No, but what I'm saying is like, I mean, if you were with him, that means you saw something in him. Maybe because people have their checklist when they decide to date someone. Maybe he was hardworking, he's kind, he's this, he's that. So you having in your mind that, oh, I'm waiting for him to be rich before I marry him. Maybe he may never be that rich, the richness that you have in mind. He may not get that level, but he can work on something to be comfortable. And I'm sure this girl probably has somebody else in the club, or maybe a sugar daddy, or maybe has friends. Obviously, maybe her friends, boyfriends are, giving their friends. These days, a lot of things can, in social media and all these things, people see stuff that they obviously get so, entangled in all these fleeting things. And when they have something good going on, they don't know. So, I mean, she definitely doesn't love the guy. And obviously, the guy should let her go because you can't be with a woman who only wants you when you're rich. I mean,
okay. No. The guy should let her go. But looking at another perspective of the story, don't you think this lady has been an understanding girlfriend enough for like 3 years? She has been understanding enough. Don't you think so?
You don't determine when somebody's breakthrough comes.
Okay.
So yes, you've been an understanding girlfriend, but because that's why I say that before you enter a relationship, because a lot of people enter relationship with weird ideas and strange ideas in their minds, and that is not how life works. Life doesn't work the way you plan it out in your head. We all have plans. We make plans, and life happens, and we have to change the plans. We have to factor in certain things. This is life. So I always say, unless somebody is born into a rich family, like an influential family, a wealthy family, where their background, or like there's no way that person can be poor for the rest of their life. That is a different case. But if that's not the case, and the person is just a normal person, guy, I'm sure the story of just is based in Ghana, so Ghana based and struggling to make ends meet. I mean, you can't, the pressure that you think you can give them to be rich before you decide to go with them, then you should not have dated, she shouldn't have dated the guy in the first place, because I don't think when she met the guy was rich, and maybe has all of a sudden lost everything and now is poor, and she's now saying she can't marry a poor guy. I'm sure maybe the guy was making ends meet, maybe struggling to make it, and so right now she thinks that, oh, I've been with him for how many years and he's still not rich. I mean, come on, girl. Like, the world is tough. Like, there's a whole lot of crisis going on currently, and it's not easy to really make it. You don't just get up one day or put in one effort and all of a sudden you're rich. It doesn't happen that way. So if you see somebody, a guy who is trying, who is putting in the effort, who is trying to make ends meet to establish something for the future, and you think just because they are not rich, can't marry a poor guy, then I mean, hey, go in for your rich guy. I mean, hopefully, 'cause you see, most of these even guys, they won't even date girls who are not within their income bracket. Now, everybody is going in for somebody who kind of like has that, or should I say, income sort of on their level, or can also bring something to the table. So nobody's looking for a hungry or broke girl to like, devour their money or to be a gold digger or whatever it is. So if she's looking in for a rich guy, I hope she also has something to offer. You're not just going with your beauty or your whatever, because beauty is not really a criteria for getting a man or being in a relationship or getting married. No.
Yeah, beauty is not a question. Humanly, relax. Before you say anything, you forget. Okay, let's go.
Okay, so this one, it could be that the lady saw that, or maybe the guy relatives, or maybe the family has money and all that. So maybe she's demanding something and the guy is not getting it because he doesn't have access to those properties, those money and all that. So it could be that maybe she has friends who be like, oh, you are dating a rich guy, like the parents has money and then he's not giving you anything, then why are you still in the relationship?
But she knows that this guy has been disowned, and since you are disowned, there's no property coming to
some
you.
Ladies, they don't care. It's some people going in relationship because of money. Any relationship, yeah, they have this mentality, like they have their plans. That's why they are in the relationship. But she shouldn't even try at all, like me forsaking my family and then be with you no matter what, all in the name of love, and then you just want to leave me, then we all die.
You all die. So before we look at another aspect of the story, like the parents disowning the child, the guy, and also this modern era where hate is still in between tribes. Does it make sense? Is it reasonable? But before then, there's a few commenters. Saidu Abdul says, sometimes I just sit down quietly and wonder why broke ladies hate broke guys. I thought they were supposed to be soulmates. How can two broke people be soulmates? it should be balanced. Yes, you should balance the equation. Rich
and me, my problem is, I'm sure the lady is not rich. Maybe she's also coming from this poor family, and then you want someone to come in, like, sponsor you in everything. If you think the guy is broke or something, you can at least try and then get a job, find a job for yourself, and then be getting money. If you really love like the guy or something, and then you want to build something with him, you can at least help him in some way, rather than you thinking that way, returning the ring. Don't do
And also Richard he says now, with the guys who also go in for ladies who have money already, then it will be balanced. Please, this one there, you don't want it. How can you come in for ladies who already have their money so that you depend on the lady or what? No. Okay, so Human Lillian and Gertrude, the question I asked earlier, do you think what the parents did was the right thing? Why would you disown your child even though they are doing something bad? But say almost said you say akola ni go na so crying chat ya ro na ye pepper. So what do you think?
Okay, well that's one. Maybe I think that maybe the parents have been advising the guy or something. You see,
but what
parents
he's in love.
So maybe that's the only thing that they have to do. You see, some people they'll be like, oh, don't do this. If you do this, this is what I'll do. So they want you to stop what you are doing by saying those words and all that. But I'm sure, I don't know what the guy has seen in this lady that to the extent of your parents disowning you or something. Me, I will never do that.
You never do.
Hey, my parents.
They say love.
A lady.
Love no catch you before.
This love, yeah, I don't want.
You don't
love
want?
Now fancy this
love. Okay, and don't you think it's old-fashioned?
Old-fashioned for what?
Your friend said, let's look at always hating. Is it Ashanti?
Oh, it's going on. No, it's going on. It's going on. Me and my mom like this. She will be like, my mom like she will be like. Something.
Yeah,
I mean, if you even look at our politics, you realize that a lot of the news plays, do tribal, politics and all that.
Yeah.
So, as for tribal bigots and all those things, it will never stop, unfortunately. Me, even personally, I've been told some of these things, but personally for me, it just doesn't make sense. I don't. If I want to be with someone, I don't think I'm going to ask. The first thing I'll ask them, "Oh, where are you from? Are you from the north, or are you an where are you a Ghana?" It's just stupid. Like in 2023, we shouldn't even be having such conversations. You should go out for like the person's character. Character very important, because now there's this increase in femicide, boyfriends killing their girlfriends like almost every other week. Just today, I've seen another one. She killed the girlfriend, buried her in his behind his house. Like Jesus. It's crazy. Like how dare you? And these people. I'm sure it wasn't about whether they are Ashantis or Ewes or those things. If a person is bad, they are bad. If they are good, they are good. It doesn't matter their tribe. So women nowadays, and it's not like I'm saying like I'm just making a point like. We should really look out for character instead of all this. I'm not saying go for broke guys, but to be honest, I mean, if the person is trying, if you know that the person is someone who's not lazy or obviously coming in for maybe to rely completely on you or coming in for something that you have, I don't know. But if the person is actually someone who has, you can see if somebody is making efforts to succeed in life, and you can see when someone is lazy, you would know. So if the person has a good character and the person's values and visions align with yours, and you can see yourself spending the rest of your life with such a person, I mean, hey, it's a risk, because marrying someone, allowing someone into your life, your space, it's all a risk. It can go right, it can go wrong. But this talks of poor, but because honestly, growing up, we see all these Nigerian movies that we used to watch, the prince will marry a poor girl, or the prince will disguise themselves as a poor man and see who will fall in love with, all those funny stories, But these days, rich people will want to marry rich people, because nobody wants, to have like a sort of like a gold digger, quote unquote, because if you're a broke girl, like, if you use yourself, you don't have a job, or you're just looking for a rich man to take care of you, you're a gold digger. Because what are you bringing to the table? Nothing. So you need to also empower yourself as a woman. In as much as for women empowerment and gender equality and all that, sometimes we women need to tell ourselves the truth. If as a woman you're not in school, you don't have a job, or even if you don't have a job, you're not making efforts to have one or empower yourself financially, you have no business looking for a rich man to take care of you. Like, unless the person is your father, it's only your father that has obligation to take care of you. And even that one, after a certain age, you have to take care of yourself. It's you against the world. You can't depend on your parents forever. So unless the person is your father, or maybe a father figure who maybe whatever, but don't expect any man to take care of you. Like, for what reason? Just because you're in a relationship? Let's be serious. Honestly, let's be serious.
That's why we call it hands go, hands come. Yeah. There was this video that was trending, and then the taxi driver kissed the girlfriend. He was like, he met this girl, like, the girl was selling this thing, eggs, kusiani moko, and then the girl was having one child. Kid. Yeah. She was like, she was in school, but due to something in tea, she's dropped out of school, and she's doing the small business to help herself. And then the taxi driver was like, then I'll take you to school, I'll take good care of you, but I'm in love with you, so will you accept? The lady accepted it, and right now the lady is telling the taxi driver that you are not my class
after spending huge amount. Okay. So she's still alive.
Oh no.
Oh, she's dead and gone.
Oh yes.
Oh wow.
The taxi driver was like, when he went to the family, because the family knew him that he's the one taking care of the girl and those types. But later, when he went to their family and then told them that this is what your child is saying, it they also defended the child that they were like, the lady is right. After all, she was in school when a taxi driver met the girl. The taxi driver said, "Okay, no
Yeah,
problem."
that-
I think I heard this story. I think
Yeah.
that the driver cares. Did he care
Yeah.
the girl?
Yeah.
He
Something like
cares
that.
the girl, and then
Now the girl is there.
oh yes, 1 month crumb back.
Oh, so a
Partial.
boy is real.
Oh yes, partial.
Oh, this is Antwe
Oh, yeah.
Diabo.
It's definitely it's in as much as I think is vulgar and is, I don't know, there are other ways to deal with issues, but the truth is when you hurt someone, you know, not everybody has the power to forgive
Yeah,
and
stand it
forget
or
or
something.
has the power to let go. Some people would definitely retaliate, and you don't know from which angle they're going to retaliate. So
Exactly.
too bad for you if you think, you know, like the three people, account people say, "Obu obi kwasia." You can't expect them to, you know, sit down and watch it.
Yes.
Watch
and
it.
be
Some people don't
smiling
care
to
about
you.
that. Some people don't care about, you know, that Ghanaian thing about Fama Nyame and all that. No, they want an eye for an eye. You know, I did it for you. I was in love with you. I sent you through school. And that's why I say it goes back to my other point of saying that women need to empower themselves. Do not go into a relationship with the mindset that you're going to rely fully on a man. Because this is what happens when someone has made an investment, because they have in their minds they are doing this, then after that they marry you or you marry them, whatever.
Yeah.
But you see, like, sometimes the person that you like in your 20s will not be the same person you like in your 30s. People change, people grow, tastes change. Maybe in your 20s you were for a tall, dark, handsome, blah, blah, blah. But as you grow older, you realize that I want more out of life. I want somebody who I can reason with. We have the same emotional intelligence. You know, do we have the same, you know, you want someone that you kind of like, you are at par with in different aspects. So maybe the taxi driver is not a bad person, but you've gone to school now, you are exposed, you're enlightened.
You're not my class.
She will probably even feel shy to tell her friends that she's dating a
A
taxi,
taxi
driver.
driver. Yes.
And her friends will definitely also laugh at her. You know how universities are,
Yeah.
you know, like, you know, work with school, taxi driver now, you know, those comments. So maybe it wasn't her intention to do that, but she's been exposed to a better life. She's now seeing that she can do better in terms of her choice of men.
Okay, so
It's
there's
unfortunate that she lost her life. So yeah, I mean, people need to. It all begins with the mindset you have. Relationships are not for poverty alleviation. Your boyfriend is not meant to take care of you, to give you money. If they do, fine. If they don't, fine. Like people's should I say acts of love, or should I say the 5 love languages? People's love languages are different. Maybe if your boyfriend wants to support you, but it's not obligatory. You don't have vice versa. Your girlfriend as well is not obligated to give you money because you're in a relationship. If you want to do it, or the person wants to do it willingly, that is different. But it's not by force. Chinchine said, like, the person has to give you money,
Chinchine.
allowance.
Oh, but
like,
she's also giving you
even
something.
extend to taking care of your family members. These things are, I mean, it leads to some of these stories that we hear, and it's unfortunate. People need to be very careful out there. Please don't go and, you know, joke with someone's heart and now you end up losing your life. It's not worth it.
okay. So Richard Osei says, Madam Gertrude, I support you. And he also says, will tribe provide chop money for the family? Let's stop this 70s life and move on. We are in the computer world now. We go in for what we like, respect. And we go in for what we like.
Anyway, I hope people listen, like women, because these days, a lot of things that I read and hear, I realize that now a lot of women have a wrong mindset about relationships, because it looks like people only go in, you know, just for financial aspect, and you can't do that. And this is what leads to all these killings. Some of it's also a contributing factor. I'm not justifying it, but I'm just saying that when people are heartbroken and people are hurt, they've taken care of you, they've invested in you, and you know you want to leave them. I mean, you expect some of these things, but please, ladies, let's be careful out there, and also let's not rely on men fully in relationships, marriages. Get something doing for yourself, empower yourself, so that even if the marriage or the relationship doesn't work, it's not like you lose your whole your financial security. You still have your own thing going. It's the way to go.
Okay, so there's this last comment. It says he is broke for years, so you want to go. Who told you marriage is going to be easy? To me, Cham.
Exactly.
If the guy wants to live long, he should think twice about this relationship. Hey, amen, make wow though. Okay, so
It's true. People, marriage, like I said, like money flies. Someone may be rich today, doesn't mean they'll be rich for the next 2-3 years. A tragedy can happen and people lose their assets all in a day. Life is unpredictable. So if you're only dating a guy just because they are rich, then I think you'll be in for a shock when such things happen.
yeah, very true. So your time no ekrim. So last remarks, whatever you have to say to the lady, to the man, if he should still be in the relationship. To him, he still loves the lady and he still wants the relationship, obviously. But to the lady, she doesn't want a broke guy. She wants to return the ring. She wants to live a baby girl life.
She shouldn't try.
She shouldn't try.
Oh, no, she shouldn't try because to the extent of like the family disowning the guy just because in the name of love and all that, like she shouldn't try. And then to the guy, you see, when you're going for any relationship, it's good to love, dear. It's good to love. It's good to open up, but you have to think that anything can happen. That's why some people they can be in a relationship and you see you'll be like, oh, this guy is not in love with me. I don't see anything. He doesn't give me attention. We have some ladies, once you start giving them attention, then they'll try to act some way.
Yeah.
So this one, I think the lady should open up to the guy, like rather than deceiving the guy or something, so that the guy will know that this the kind of lady that I'm like in a relationship with. She doesn't value me. She doesn't like me. This lady, you can't even build a life with, because even though if you marry her, a time will come when you lose your job or something, she will just leave you. Yeah. She'll be like, me, dear, I'm not born to suffer. You are the one. Yes. So you have to enjoy it alone. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, Richard Osei says, I support you, Cham. And Cham is also saying she's just going for another man to be killed. Abba. Just say, Oja Beme ya, Oko Bema Fufu ha ye bekuno. I can get you the last remarks.
Yeah, I mean, just like I've just repeatedly said, first of all, don't go in a relationship thinking that how the relationship started is how it's going to be. Life happens. If you are with somebody who is financially stable, good. But it doesn't mean that is going to be the case for the duration of the relationship or marriage. Life happens, and if you're only in it because of the value or the contents of their pockets or their bank accounts, then I don't think you are in for love. I think you just have your own interest. And I wish sometimes, one thing I always say that I wish, my grandmother used to say this, and I think it's also an account proverb that the head, the timunya boyfriend or something like that.
Yeah.
So one of the scariest things in life is not knowing someone's true intentions, for you, or what someone's motive. So two people can be in a relationship, and sometimes it's just one person who's in the relationship. The other person is actually not. They are in it for something, and immediately they get that thing, they are off. And it's quite dangerous, and it's quite selfish, and it's scary as well. Because imagine somebody thinking, oh, they have the best girlfriend ever, and bragging about this girlfriend to their friends, only for the girl to, be there like, this guy, he doesn't know. When immediately I get this, like, I'm done with him, cried, like, those things. So people should be honest with themselves before they decide to be in a relationship. And it's not really by force to. You can also be single and be happy. Because sometimes I feel like people just you hurt someone with genuine intentions for you, and when you hurt them, every relationship after yours, they because they are hurt, and it's like they can't trust anymore. It affects their other relationships. You hear stories of people turning into something else just because somebody hurt them in the past. So it's like they can't trust anymore. So we shouldn't be selfish in our relationship. We should really approach relationships with matured mindsets and mentalities. Like, look, if you love this person, if they are financially stable and you can deal with it, okay, cool. If you breakups happen, cool. But don't think that just because their pockets and their bank accounts is fat, it will stay like that forever. And they can't. Keep in mind that things can happen, things can go wrong. And will you still be with this person when those things go wrong? If not, then you are not in love with the person. People use the word love wrongly these days, and that is one thing also that scares me personally about relationships, because sometimes people don't really love. They are just in there for something. It's more like a transaction. Oh, you give me this, I give you that. But that is not how it's supposed to be. So, and especially to ladies, to please don't go into a relationship for just with the sole purpose of somebody taking care of you, please. Whether it's a school or whether it's a business that you want to pursue or a job that you have to get, whatever that you have to get to give you a monthly income or something, to make you financially empowered, do it. If the relationship produces financial benefits for you, good. If it doesn't, good, because you have your own thing going, so that we at least we can improve our age in the society. Because now it's like some women are just looking for somebody to take care of them, and it's really not the right way to go, I'm afraid. You shouldn't go in it with such mentalities.
Okay,
so,
thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So you're still live on the Ladies Avenue Radio on Ghana Talks Radio. I still answer to the name Ohima Chimude. A big thanks to Ohima, Lillian, and Gertrude for sharing their own insight with us. Before we go, I have to read a few comments left. Richard Osei says, we too, we won't go in for broke leaders. And he says, fire go burn all the ladies who are in for guys' money and pretend to show love. Guys, be wise, so there are lots of fake love outside there. Hey. This fire, it go burn everybody. It go burn everybody. Because I'm not saying that you shouldn't love. But sometimes you should be in a relationship which is valuable, which is beneficial. It shouldn't be only love, love, love. Excuse me to say, they'll be telling that they love you. Now, Sebio, do free. Who does that? No, the relationship should be beneficial to both parties. It shouldn't be all about love. You wake up in the morning, baby, I love you, baby, I miss you. What is this person bringing into your life? What is the impact he or she is having into your life? So this is where we end the conversation for today. A big thanks to DJ Rock, the only rock without a C, and also to DJ CHARM, the only DJ with the charming fingers. And to all our listeners and viewers of GTL, we say, are you cool? So stay tuned and listen in stereo.